Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Elden Ring, where I will be in the co-pilot seat and Branwell will be driving. This is a lore playthrough, and in every video there will be spoilers because this is intended as a vehicle for Branwyn to explain her theories on the lore of the setting. So if you'd rather develop your own theories without being influenced by other people's, or don't want to be surprised on some of the deep lore of the game, this is not a straight playthrough of just playing gameplay focused. This is a lore focused playthrough. So you might want to give this a pass if you want to avoid big spoilers. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. We're back.
Welcome back to the lore playthrough of Elden Ring, and let's go back to the nice, safe, secure round table hold where we don't have to worry about. Wait a minute, why is it so dark here?
I was wondering if that was a graphics glitch.
Ensha, Ensha, what are you doing? That is the most trouble I have ever had with that dude.
Huh. Is that somebody we've met before? Because you were saying the name as if it was somebody we have met.
Yeah, he was the Tarnished that was hanging out outside Gideon's door.
Oh, the one that was like his bodyguard or whatever.
Bodyguard, yeah, exactly. Uh, Gideon, you got some splaining to do.
You. What is it?
Oh,
Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore. Ah, yes. By way of apology, allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of the secret medallion you possess. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
Gideon was the one who sent the Omen Killer and that depraved perfumer and whoever else to
I
probably Ensure as well to massacre the Albinorics.
I was getting that. It's like, oh yeah, that secret medallion, and I'm sure the other woman knows it. It's like, mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, how do we think Nefali has taken that news? Poorly.
Yeah.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. Ah, you. Please, it's pathetic.
What a
Gideon?
surprise. Sorry.
No, you go.
What a surprise. Someone in a position of societal power using that power to obliterate people that are no threat to them. Yay.
Yeah. Also, remember when we first greet him, he said that we could let down our guard and because this is a safe haven for all tarnished.
Yep.
Well, what is it now?
About your adopted daughter.
You've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions. so I had no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an omen horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the tarnished.
I hate him so much. The thing is, like, he plays at being all-knowing and, all-seeing and everything. He knows nothing. He knows all of the surface-level stuff.
So he's that know-it-all that knows all the trivia, but not what it actually implies.
Yeah, he hasn't actually seen the depth of what is going on, which isn't surprising because there is a lot of obfuscation and lies in this game. And the only way you can ferret out those lies is by doing the work, putting everything together, and eliminating contradictions in both what is written in the item descriptions and what you can see in the world.
Right.
You. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust in Father.
That seems...
I think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me?
No, I'm fairly certain he thinks people are downtrodden by the existence of the disabled and such. That seems to be lined with that sort of people.
Father has always given me his guidance, and now I've lost it.
So she is in despair.
Yeah.
Very understandably. Let's see if I can open both of these things up and grab some stuff that's in here.
Interesting. By the way, the whole thing about he knows nothing, he only knows surface level stuff, reminds me of the villain in the thing I wrote in March.
Yeah. No, I really like the writing here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go on.
The stuff I just picked up. Remember how I was talking about links back to previous games?
Yes.
So the symbol of Velka in previous games, you meet a person, someone who calls themselves a confessor. Confessors are the inquisitors of Velka. The original one in the first Dark Souls wields a sword whose hilt is two arcs in a sort of eye formation.
Inquisitor in the sense of Catholic crusade of killing people that disagree?
Yes.
Interesting. It is a little bit of a mismatch from the descriptions of Velka earlier, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, remember, one of her things is hunting down people who sin and don't atone.
Got it.
Atonement is her other thing. The symbol on this crossbow, which is a sniping crossbow.
Okay.
See at the top?
Yeah.
You've got the two arcs overlapping with a sword through the middle.
Okay, so the sword of the confessors from before.
Yes. Um, Actually, previously they were known as pardoners. They're known as confessors in this game. In fact, you can start as a confessor.
Got it. Okay.
Um, yeah, so the symbol has changed a little bit. It's now a sword going down through the two arcs, rather than the arcs being part of the hill. But yeah, yet another like indication that this whole thing is connected back to Dark Souls and probably Demon Souls and probably other games before that and Sekiro and Bloodborne and yeah, big shared universe.
Yeah.
So we can help out Nefali. And I'm going to show how we can do that by heading to here. So this is this area in Leonia. I opened this up while I was grinding. So these are the four belfries, four bell towers. Remember what we said about bells before? They open the path to the spirit realm, summon spirits.
Right, they
That
attract
sort of thing.
spirits. Yeah.
Yeah. So in Dark Souls 3, you fight the spirit of the Storm King by ringing two large bells, which opens up the portal to the boss fight. And those are belfries that are very much like these ones.
Got it.
Which is why this is where we open up this chest. We can grab an imbued sword key, which will open up a portal at one of the other things. The other notable thing here is this depiction of a man coming out of an old man coming out of a tree, which is probably depicting one of the old rulers of the lands, possibly a previous Elden Lord, if I was going to guess. This one's a bit murky, honestly. But yeah, we can read this, and yeah, the precipice of anticipation.
I'm
Hey,
guessing-
that sounds like the.
I'm guessing that is a system. Well, we're doing offline, so that is just a set one.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. So yeah, remember the Chapel of Anticipation that we arrived in at the start?
Oh, okay. Precipice of Anticipation, Chapel of Anticipation.
Yeah. And yeah, those are some nascent butterflies that we can't get because the floor crumbles out from under us if we try it. But
Fun.
yeah, these things being here, so the butterflies indicate the influence of one of the Empyreans. Nascent butterflies are linked to Mikola. Let's get some vengeance.
Oh, this guy.
You can tell daggers aren't generally my usual go-to, I think.
He's got quite a reach and a lot of arms.
Yeah, that's the major problem. And this particular attack, speaking of reach,
He was charging something up there.
Yeah, he puts holy damage on his swords, so more damage
Joy.
once he gets to half health.
That did look like a rather difficult to deal with move set.
Yeah, it's you get used to it. Like I'm really good at it with the katana, which is my usual go-to, but yeah, daggers, like getting in with daggers is a little rough.
Ah,
Yeah. So we get the Stormhawk King, Spirit, Ash, and Stormhawk Dina. Now, Stormhawk King we can't actually summon because he's too proud to um he's too proud to
proud, however,
do that. Yeah.
refusing to answer anyone's summons. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do get Stormhawk Dean, who, you know, we can summon. She's a regular Stormhawk, which is cool. Now, if we weren't doing an evil run at this point,
Right?
I'd go and give that to Nefali, and she would take some solace in it, and we'll be doing that in the second in New Game Plus.
When we get around to do the other side of the coin.
Yeah. But I'm doing evil playthrough, so we're going to be doing something so bad. Probably the most evil thing you can do in this entire game. How are we doing for time?
16 minutes, so pretty good.
All right. Well, let's do what Gideon suggested, and let's go and meet Latena. 15.
Oh no, we're going to have something happen to Latina, aren't we?
No. Latena's already had the worst day of her life. 600. Damn it. All right.
I always love it when you use one of the consumables and it's just barely short.
Yeah. Hey, you. Give me your runes.
That was undead.
Yeah. Yeah, the revenants on horseback this way or yeah. So this is the cave that Gideon mentioned. So I'm going to do this. Going to do this quickly rather than go around and do everything on camera. I will come back and do the rest of the stuff that's not as important
All
as
the stuff,
storyline.
all the stuff that's gameplay pure and pretty pure gameplay rather than plot, right?
Yep, correct. So we fall all the way down here. We take out some of these dudes.
That's a very mobile snail.
Yeah, those aren't snails. Later on, we'll be able to see that they have skeletons.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, there's an undead variant that has you can see the skeleton. which is why I think they're one of the formless or related to the formless serpents in some way. The ulcerated tree spirits.
Got it.
Very obviously, they take on the elemental characteristics of their environment.
So this crystal is like an ice environment?
No, so this is lapis. This is glintstone. There's some possible. There's a lot of possible things with how this could form, whether it's like from starlight and stuff like that. I think that there are indications that this academy here,
Yeah.
I think might have been a tree like the Erd tree, but silver and full of glintstone.
How? So you say there's a gold tree and a silver tree?
Yeah, possibly. And something destroyed the silver tree.
It's halfway there to Tolkien.
Yep. So yeah, remember Darrowil? We fought with Blythe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another Bloodhound Knight like Darrowil. Only we don't have our best wolf boy. And yeah, that the great scimitar he wields that we got from the fight with Darrowil is one of the best starting weapons in the game.
Neat.
You can take that all the way to endgame. Yeah, so this is Latenna and her wolf Lobo, who has unfortunately been killed by Gideon and Gideon's men.
Oh, great. I just... Loving Gideon even all that more.
What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough? Oh. Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I have no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latenna, an Albinoric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me.
Yeah, so
I have to point out the choice of hearing
yes.
rather than seeing.
Yes.
Because...
No, he's...
Go on.
No, you go.
Because hearing... I mean, seeing has the connotation of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing can, but only if you very pointedly intonate as such. Otherwise,
also,
it's listening.
A lot of people don't see it in the design of his armor. They don't see the ears. They like everyone sees the eye motif. They don't really see the ears.
Yeah. But I do like the in the connotation there, like you said, of him knowing surface things, he hears a lot. He doesn't
Mm.
actually see what as much as he thinks.
Yeah, particularly because he acts through intermediaries. You know, he stays in the round table hold where it's safe and doesn't like looks at all of the reports for his to gather all of the information together. He's not experiencing the world.
Right. And I would wonder, I mean, I don't have near the fluency of Japanese to make the comparison, but what the Japanese makes a similar odd choice because all hearing is not a usual one for English.
Yeah, I don't actually know about that one. But yeah, so there are several different generations of Albinorics. Do you remember the frog-like guys who were wandering around in the lake?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, they're low generation Albinorics, like first generation. The male guys like Albus that we saw before, they're second generation. I believe Latenna here is third generation. She's the they are a lot better creations, but they still can't walk, which is why they have their wolves, which they ride. We will be finding more Albinorics like Latenna, and they are super nasty.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I'm very sorry, but this is an evil run.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured.
The birthing droplet.
So we got our armor,
Yay.
which otherwise is very hard to
Unlock.
you got to go and grind for it. Yeah, it's yay.
I'm sure Nefali is very happy with us now.
Oh, she doesn't know. Can't hurt her if she doesn't know, right? Actually, let's. Yeah. Blue Silver is a metal born from the same mother as the archers themselves and provides protection from magic and frost. Yeah. So, in New Game Plus, we will do her storyline properly because she's awesome, and I really hate having to do that to, like,
Be the proper villain.
Yeah. Well, the thing I really hate is that the only way to get everything in these games is to do all of the bad things. As well, and then go back in New Game Plus and do all the good things, or vice versa. Like, you can't
just flat do all the stay good and not do evil if you want all the achievements and such.
Yeah, well, not the achievements. If you want all of the lore, because a lot of like the lore's attached to the items.
Right. So if you don't get all the items from the bad playthrough, you don't get all the information. Got it.
Also, she called out to someone else to take the droplet.
Yeah.
The birthing droplet. If you don't kill her, you don't learn that person's name. and it then makes no sense when you come to here at the Temple Quarter and you're running around and you're like, oh, hey, there's a bunch of Albinorics here and something cool in the middle there.
Right.
And that's another, there's another being like Latenna there, who I presume is Philia.
Wow, that looks painful. And it looks like Philia did not have a good day.
No. Much like Latenna. Spacing them out and just, yeah. So, yeah, she's lying here in a ring. If you don't do that, like, there's no context for who she is.
Right.
And yeah, you just get a rhyme crystal bud, which tells you absolutely nothing about who she is or what's going on here. So yeah, like, killing Latenna there means that we are not going to be taking the birthing droplet to where it needs to go, which means that there aren't going to be any new third generation Albinorics in this timeline.
Got it. Which
So yeah,
if I remember correctly, our headcanon is this is like a large vision our characters experiencing before they decide, no, that's all terrible.
yeah, correct. That's, yeah, exactly.
We are at 31 minutes, by the way.
Yep. So let's end this here. We'll, I'll head back and yeah, when we come back, we can do. Let's see here. We can look at doing the academy. We can look at doing what we were talking about during yesterday's session. We can look at doing Carrion Manor.
Yeah, this is very open. So there's not like linear, like Dark Souls looks very open, but there are very specific paths you have to unlock in specific orders, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And
this
go on.
This game is designed with some choke points and then often there is a secret way around. So like, you start here in Limgrave. You can go through Stormvale, but you can also go around Stormvale to get to Liurnia. Also, there's nothing choking you off from going to Caelid either, although right at the beginning of the game, Caelid's going to kill you.
Right.
But then you get the next big choke point is here, the lift up to Altus Plateau.
Okay.
To do that one, you need the medallions from a couple of different places, or you need to go around and suffer a bit. But we'll get into that next time.
Okay. And sorry.
But like I said, choke points. You have this big area. There's a choke point. You get to another big area. You hit another choke point, and yeah.
Okay. That was harrowing and interesting all at once.
Awesome.
Okay. So, see you guys later.
Later.